Hey everybody, hope your day is going well. Last night happened to watch, among other things, but I haven't looked at anything through jw.org or anything for 4 or 5 years, whatever it's been. But something popped up on YouTube, so I checked it out. Some rules have been changing since I was there. Yeah, the people are allowed to have beards now. We've wondered that. Now and then on Facebook we'd see a friend suggestion of, not that they requested, but just to see them, and they're having beards. So we wondered, because in our day that'd have been a no-no. Absolutely not. Anyways, so all of you with beards, I'm sure the elders would say those are faithful young men, and they're right. Good boys. Yeah, just kidding. But not really. The point exists. It was interesting. Then I saw another video, and I'm not sure if this was posted. One of them was pulled and one wasn't, from the view of most of you. Anyhow, I think it was a couple elders and an overseer and maybe a servant was sitting in a room. This man apparently had a daughter interested in higher education, knowledge. And because of that interest in higher education, knowledge, other ones were saying, my daughter's getting influence and taking interest in higher education now too, so it's a problem. You can no longer serve with us, sir. So they will read a scripture to you how, Jehovah will not forget the love you showed for his name. And bought into that for a long time, a couple decades. And, and boy, they spend their time, everyone knows they really are hard on Christendom and other religions. But what they don't realize, as far as with this Western one here, with some of the typical Christian ones, when they take it so literal, they're all worshiping the same archetype. Some called it Yaldabaoth, the demiurge. Other religions were already on the right track, way ahead of all this mess. And then those who made up this particular book of the Bible, it was a collection of what they knew at the time, probably done for good, noble reasons. There's all kind of hints in it. In the book of Psalms, there's a word, Selah, or whatever, and it means kind of like zero, like a pause, a nothing. Every time it was referring to whatever praise they could do to this God that you can't name, and it's not a big man in the sky. There was a nothingness, a pause. Anyways, little hints. I'm not going to go into a bunch. So anyways, it's a collection of other people's history and knowledge and thoughts. Except the problem is we need one hidden and we need one for the public. So, Yahweh, Jehovah, the Lord in Christendom, Jesus gets it, it's different. I'm talking Old Testament God. Jesus' words, it comes to a mixture because they mess with things. And so yeah, when I try to get people to take, and none of you in any of your churches would allow someone or want someone, yeah, you can look into why the other books of the Bible are taken out. Yeah, you can look into what the other religions teach. You could think of the Bible as an allegory as it goes, so you don't have to have talking animals and stuff. At least in understood language like that. no place would allow that. They would discourage it, and like the men with the governing body there, the JWs. Now they have beards, and some of them, and it just goes to show that they had this desire for just some of the most basic choices. They were under the governing body, telling them what to do. And they feed all the info, and so for you witnesses, when I know you teach a lot about how Babylon, the empire of false religion, is going to crumble and fall, needs rebuilt, restructured, so it needs to crumble and fall. Depends on what side of it you're on. And so, some could recognize this and take heed and maybe get out of her, my people. Anyways. Yeah, I feel good. Oh, I believe I can soar. You'll see me running through that open door. Yeah, I have a lot of gratitude that I'm no longer in those systems, and that may hurt some of them, and well, not intentional. It's hard for so many, because soon as, if that's true, then my dad, my mom, my grandpa, we all thought that. And you think it's attached to how you loved them if you should update your mind. Well, I heard Obama say a line, and it's fitting now. You wouldn't want to wear your grandpa's clothing today, right? So, free your mind. Like always, I thought a lot, and I might just talk today. I wasn't going to, and some might wish I wouldn't, but whatever. I heard some of your pieces of talks, and I think I was accused of all kind of things that are just incredible. Anyways, yeah, when your real burdens are lifted, when you know that, I don't have a evil being that if I take in knowledge, he's gonna kill you. Now, because of that archetype I brought up earlier, that's what is the problem in the world. Someone wrote a book in 1969, and I believe the statement in there is, do what thou wilt is the whole of the law, or something like that. Now, I'm sure we all know that what trumps everything in this whole universe is universal laws. And they work universally all over this planet. And that same archetype, it's no wonder that some in it doesn't recognize the evil in it and the harm that it can cause. So I'm after things that are helpful and not harmful. So they don't realize it, but if those who take that to the full effect, you better worship, or else you've got to you start to mismanage persons and people, because you're faithful to a religion that was the one given to the public and not the actual. That might sound hard. So therefore, all the false religions, I've mentioned this before in a little graph I had, because we're all made from the same thing and we are all at one, that don't mean if you had something injured you wouldn't work to heal it, which is what's going on right now. So you have some that take what thou wilt, and it is true. You really have free will to the stupidest extent, to the hurtfulest extent, where you poison people and rape kids, and you it can go really deep and dark. We know it, we see it. All comes from the archetype that the churches are worshiping, because there's your real devil energy right there. And at least in quotes, in the bad way, because once something's created so evilly righteous, then the opposite must exist to start to help. What the truth? We gonna work it out. But what can't, in my world, we got to get where, leave those kids alone. We got to get to, come on now. What's permissive, what keeps staying hidden. The hidden stuff's coming to the light. The veil's getting lifted really thin. And ready or not, hold on. Yeah, well, my body aches. Those lyrics also go for my whole life. I ached and shaked and rattled and roared. Tumors on my spinal cord and troubles all my life. But hadn't got to see all the recordings of The Voice yet, just for choices. I really like some of the things I watch, whether I need them or not or whatever. I really enjoy and have a connection with the people that I watch, and that's a good thing. Well, I guess I'll close it out. I hope y'all have a good one. If that offends you, well, do some research. Knowledge isn't a bad thing. Think about that, really. You want them blocking you and locking you your whole time. There's a source of power. And Jesus told us where that kingdom is, even in your book. Alrighty, have a good one.